Hello everyone. So today I will continue work with the word by word game, and I think today task will be to add character class and add an option to add several players simultaneously during the level selection. So let's start a game. And for now, we yesterday I've completed the logic where the player can select the player the player character, but I forgot to create a class which will be responsible for player character. So let's create new one. It will be player model. So basically it will contain the same properties, at least for now, as the player profile model, but the purpose of character model is different. So the idea is to give a player a character, I mean some character that he will play for, and it's so, and the player profile is the player profile. So I mean, he can describe yourself, who, what's his name, change avatar, and so on. So um, let's. So we certainly need to have an ID. The color value is not necessary at all. We can have name. Maybe we can add also description, just to describe a character. And I think that's all. So we can add it to the constructor, which will be creating player character, or we can just remove it and remove that and remove a color. So now we have to add the player character model to the models and then unite it into one file, as always. Now we need to open the terminal. And let's run a build. Now we have all options built. Maybe I can increase sound of music. Not sure. So Let's also provide, not provide, add the characters to the game. It would be by default empty list. Players, characters, and we will certainly rename players collection to just, I think, players, or maybe not have players at all. Not sure, but no, we will still have players collection. And the reason why we will have a players collection is because we need to save the player statistics or some profile data to the global player profile when he completed, for example, level. So save and global players statistics and data. Can describe it like that. Let's run a build to update generated models. Okay, we still have an error. Why? Game model. Let's see what the error is. Yes. The redirector constructor function requires current as we compile parameter again. Current levels, player character, player characters, player required. Try redirect into a different constructor. Why? Why do I need to redirect it? Character model. It has a from JSON. Okay, let's see. ID, template levels, current level, levels, daytime, last daytime. Okay, it is built, so I need to rerun the builder in the core. Now the errors are fixed, and we can continue to work with the code in the game. So we go to the level options screen. Now here we have a player profile model, which we will replace by the player character model. We'll replace player profile model here also, and here, and here, and here. So we will rename players row to the player character row, and we'll rename players to the, I think not rename, but add another life state variable. So it will be player characters. Okay, we don't have yet player characters in game global block, so let's add a new one. Player character model, players characters. Let's rerun builder, and also let's add players character from the game model. I think we can also unify the players characters naming, so we also need to rebuild it. Let's see, players characters, we can pass it here, we can call it characters to this character selected, or just character placed. We can also remove characters row. I think will be enough. So also we need to do characters here place. Also let's go to the player and replace all player related to the mentions to the character. Characters, the character, and here we have a player character model. Here we have also character and character here, and also we need to replace character model ID. Please don't crash. Okay, so let's go there, and let's rename all variables here. And also here. And it would be not player card but character card. So let's see, now we have to provide the characters during the game initialization. So we go to the global state initializer, where we put our initial game data, and let's add a new character. Player character model. I think we can add some ID. And some description. Simple, boring character. Let's restart the game. Let's go to the level. Now we have this character here, and also we can add some description to it, of course, and the name. And of course we can just place, I don't know, something like that. The name goes up and the description goes down. We can also add a container here, or maybe not container, just padding, and use predefined spacing as always. So we call UI theme, go to the padding and spacing, and I don't know, medium, remove a const because it's not a const. I will have padding. So the next thing is we also need to add a pairs chooser selector. I don't know how to correctly call it. So let's create it. I think it will be better if we create something, I don't know, maybe something similar to, certainly can group that, and group that. We can think that this would be, this would be characters. So I don't know, maybe something like that. For example, and the player chooser, I don't know, maybe first we need to define what is the player chooser, what player should do here. So let's think about it. So the player surely want to place a name, his name or his username. So the username can be associated with avatar, and on development level, on application level, game level, I don't know, we certainly need to assign a certain ID to this player. Maybe we can also add some color to it, as it was in the last version of the game. Let's continue. So how the new player should be created? I think let's rename level option to choose your character. Don't know, something like that. And here we will have a character. So the next thing is we need to to create. Create or create player profile. But it would be not nice because it's too complicated. What we can do, let's see. Choose the, I don't know, players, choose we certainly need to add two different UI here. So we need to give an option to create a unique profile, and also we need to give a user an option to choose saved profiles, because currently in the game, as already presented in the Snap Store and Google Play, the most important feature is to have a multiplayer on the one phone, so on one device. So we need, I think it will be better to save this feature because it's just convenient and works offline. So we can divide the interface to two parts. The left part can be about creation, new account, and the right part where the player can choose what profiles can be or needs to be added to the level. So it can looks like, I don't know, choose the players, or select, maybe select the players, maybe use. So setting the players, we can extra large space. Now what we can do, see, so we can let's define here, create first as new stateless widget. It will be a player selector widget, or maybe player selector row. And we will place it here. We will add an pullback here on players. Maybe it will be a players changed, but I'm not sure. If we click on the OK, so we can store the players again in the state of the screen. So players, that's state players on player selected, state on player selected. What else? Check character or player selected. So we also need the same logic here, but it will be applied only for player. And the difference is in that player can select only one character, so he can choose the different characters, and but in the same time there can be several players playing this character, so it's it will be more cooperative game. So, and all players will play for one character that they choose to play. So the idea is quite simple, but of course there will be some challenge because every player will have the unique score, and of course every player, because every player has a score, the best result can win, and I don't know, receive a high score, a big high score, something like that. Players to be a list, player profile on pressed, I don't know, maybe we just need to copy those methods here and place it here. It will be much faster. So let's add this here. On player selected, of course, with a value changed, where we can pass, where we can, not can, we need to pass the player profile model. The check is player selected, of course, should be with small l, and this is surely an error here. Check is player selected, check is player selected. And also I think because we have the same function here but different player character model, we can create a function with generics. So it will be a bool, or not bool, check function, I think function. The function will return boolean, and it will accept t generic to type as an argument, and now we can this. So now we can replace this to the generic function, and we can do the same here, but pass the player profile model to the check function. So also we need to define two more widgets. It will be a widget, a player profile, creator. I think final on a player on I don't know, player created, created. Let's pass the variable to the constructor here, and this is the row player selector row, so we can add a player profile creator to the row, the first widget, and it will be displayed on the left side. So on player created, we will pass the no, not pass that, but create I think value changed player profile model here, callback. We'll also add the same callback here, and also add this callback the root, and call this callback, try to call it from the state of the screen. So now we can go to the state and add more values to it, variables and methods. So now we can add players. Let's add player profile model ID, add the key. We add a player profile model, add a value. Also, let's create a methods here. It will look the same, but still. So on player selected, we will accept one argument. It will be player profile, and we can just simply add this profile here and notify about changes. When we check is player selected, we certainly need to add one argument, again player. We can I think we can not like that. We can oh, I see, I made an error here, so I will certainly fix this error. So a character contains keyer, and we need to replace characters for players and for player. Now we have the logic about check is player selected, and now we need to create a method on player created. This is a hard question because when the player created new profile, I think that it should be recorded not only to the player's state, but also it should be, I don't know, placed to the global state, because then we completely fail to provide logic here, to write logic here, because if we gonna manage all players in global level, we certainly don't need it to have a models here, because it will be two sources about the same instance, and it will corrupt the system and it will add badly. So we will keep only players IDs, I think, and we will keep, I think, characters IDs with the same logic here. Now we can we need to do we need to think we can use contains because it will be okay even if it will look through the all IDs. It will be not long list, and this is completely okay. So contains character ID and this is where the logic goes wrong, because if character is pressed, we surely need to remove all selected players because we don't know and about any other characters. Maybe then we can, okay, we can just, no, I think in future the players will be able to choose different players, but different characters, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it, and we certainly will not do this now. So let's remove all that and check as player selected will be just simple equality between character ID and character.id. A character pressed, we certainly just assign new ID to character ID, and that's all. And also I will add a new player. Where is it? Okay. So not the player, but a new character. I think we can call it a waterman. I don't know. Another boring character. Of course, I will rename all of that when I will release the game, but for now, I don't have any logic explanation why these names. So it's just the test names. So players IDs. Okay, let's see. Let's on the player selected side, we certainly need to first to know if the player is selected. And if the player is selected, we don't need to do anything because the player is selected. Oh no, we surely need to remove this from the selected. Okay, then we should first extract the ID or find an index or the profile ID. Then we can create a small condition where we can check if the index more than 0, and if it's more than there, we certainly need to just remove the ID, and in another case we will just add a profile ID to the player's IDs. So the player selected function is updated. Now what we're gonna do, we can also add the same logic here, but with the contains. When the player is created, player profile is created. First we will need to add it to the blog. So we need to add the blog, global game blog. Let's add it to the dependency injection DTO. Read it from the context. Now we can access the global game blog and add a new event. The new event certainly will be create or create player profile. I think we will also add a player, or we can just call it profile, and we can rename it here pass as an argument, and the word event. So this line will update the send. It will be sent. We'll send an event to the global game log, and it will update the global collection of players. And also we need to add the same ID here. So let's add it here. Now we have a player's ID. Oh no, this is better to include this way, because we will not need to write the same logic twice, and just simpler, and that's all. So let's create player profile event. Let's go to the events and create new class. It should be, of course, immutable, should extend game event. So, and surely it needs to contain player profile model. So let's pass it to it. So I think we created new event. Let's pass this to the constructor to handle this event. On create player profile, let's add a new callback to accept this event here. Final event. The second, I think it would be better to place it here, because it's a getter things. Maybe it should be also refactored to the mixins, I think, but it will be better to code later. So let's add an emitter here. Now we can safely extract the profile from the event. We can check and verify that this profile is not or maybe we can just add it. So get live state. Let's use copy with, and here we have a players collection. We can extract from the live state players collection. And let's add a new profile to the players collection here. We certainly need to create new variable, and I will call it as update state. So let's emit the new state, updated state, and now we have a logic that will create a new profile and update state accordingly to it. And so let's go back to the level options and see what else we need to do there. We have an error. So now we have a difference in the types, because we keep players IDs in the state, but we need to pass players here. So we will replace players by the players which we extract from live state. So, same goes here, and now we have new logic completed. Now what we can do, we need to pass some player created. We can restart, see the two characters. We can choose between them. It's nice. So let's continue to create player profile creator. And now what we can do, I don't know, maybe just choose a color. I don't know. Let's create a row here, and maybe it will be not a container, but just a card. I think we'll add a row with a small size, so we can assign a minimum value to it. The first variable will be just animated container here, and we will add some duration for it, milliseconds. I think it will be enough. Now what we're gonna do, we certainly need to add a player profile creator as a separate widget, because we just not put this to. I think it will be better if we create some logic for level options. Let's refactor it to the level options option screen. Here we have a widgets. So player profile creator .dart. Let's create a root file for it. Export this player profile creator here, and let's displace or move the code here. We'll certainly need to add a state for this widget because it's not simple, and the state surely need to be a part of player creator, and this is we will also add it as the part. So let's import level options widgets. It's this type. So now we can safely add a state here. It will be as player profile creator didto. Let's add all imports here. Now we have all required imports, and we can safely start adding properties which will be used to the player profile. Let's encapsulate the field because we need to set state when the when the color will be changed. And at least for now it will be okay to just not change it at all, so all pairs will be using just white color. So let's use a player profile state. Let's pass a read callback from the context. Let's make it private. And let's use a state color animation container. Let's add a decoration, box decoration. Let's add some border radius. I think we should go to with the maybe something 14. I don't know really, but let's just, oh, this is not cool. So I'm not sure do we need this in this GIDTO, but let's keep it. So now we can restart a game and again we have an error. Oh, I see. I forgot to move the state of color to the box decoration. Completely forgot about it. Let's restart again. Now we have nothing. It seems I forgot to add the expanded method here. I think, or maybe is it raw? No, it's not raw. Okay, let's restart. The problem is not there. Okay, let's remove this. Let's add some width to the container. We can use UI theme here. UI theme of context. Spacing can be large. Same goes for high. Now we have the size of avatar color, I think. So maybe we can even make it larger, or we can just use 18 to get more. Okay, now it's working. So maybe even it should be even bigger, but I'm not sure. Let's. Oh, I see. It's already crossed. So the next thing is to create some column for it with a minimal size, add some text, profile creator. Let's add some spacing here, so it will be something like that. Let's add also padding here. spacing, I think it can be large or medium. And certainly need to make some alignments, so we need to align to the left. Now we have a profile creator. This will be the color of avatar and or avatar in the future. So I think we can add, at least for now, just a text field here. Okay, we can. I think we can wrap it to the size box with maybe with this with 80. Not sure. So let's also add a space between horizontal boxes to be large. Let's provide a label here. Input decoration. I think we can collapsed, so it will be name. We can also create a column here. Children. Remove a const. Create username, avatar, color. So I think I also need to create here maybe something like that. Something or we can return a column here, but also add a text button here with a text. It will be called create. I can add some spacing for it. Okay. And also we need to change alignment for the row, something like that. Maybe even create something bigger just to for a nice look, and change the cross alignment here just to align buttons on the left. So now we have give a sec, I will return shortly. I'm back and let's continue. So now we have a profile creator and we need to create profiles and I think I can just commit it. Fit profile creator UI. So now what we're gonna do? We need to also create a player profile selector or maybe player profile list. Player player profiles player profile list dart. I don't think that we need a state here, so we can just simply add a stateless widget here, profile list, and we can simply add block builder here, or we can even not have. We can do this. Block builder. Let's add it here and let's add a state. If state is not live, global game state, return side box as always. In other cases, we can just render a list view builder or not builder. I don't know yet. The primary should be false. It will be builder, item builder, and let's pass a count, items count. So now what we are going to do, we can just use players collection, I think. So this would be players. Oh, I see. We don't need it. We don't need that. Maybe. We don't need the players here. And in the future, I think it will be better for performance reasons to change the global game block, which is watched here, and to the builders somewhere in the widgets tree, just for performance reasons. But for now, it will be okay. But we will still not use it here. Players length, item builder. Let's place item builder here and let's create a player profile tile. It should contain at least one parameter. So the parameter will be player profile model, obviously. Let's import it, add it to the constructor, acquire it. And now what we can do, we can create a row, maybe even wrap it with a no. We can wrap this list in the card, import material. Also, we don't need padding because we will provide it here. in the list view, we can use all, and let's get a UI theme from the context, pass here. Okay, now what we are gonna do, we can just place player profile tile here, a key, and the key will be player, of course. Player. So a player's index, player. That's it. Now we can add text with a player name. We can I don't know, we can reuse, I think, this one, but I'm not sure about it. Let's just use container here, at least for now. Player profile model, color, and let's add, oh no, let's add a box decoration for it. And also width, I think, and height. So also let's add a border radius here to be circular, and I think we can use 24. So we have a text. I think that's all. But also we need to add a checkbox here. So is it selected? If it is selected, it surely goes there. If it is not selected, don't need variable, we just need pressed, I think. Callback here, where we can just add player, and we also will add a value changed callback file model on pressed. So required pressed, maybe not on pressed, maybe we can change it to on selected, which will be more understandable. We also need to provide those methods here. And I think we can also check. Okay. We created a check functions in the list option screen, and it is not good because we will not be able to import it without importing all the widgets from here. So let's write it here. I think it will be better, more understandable, and more maintainable. So I added this to the core. Now we can just check function, player profile model, check is player selected, add this callback to the constructor. We can add player here, What else? I think we should also use a shrink wrap, not have the list with fixed max high and have a list with min high. So primary, where is it? Go up. Let's add a profile list here to the player selection row. Let's add it to the root. Now we can pass the required callbacks here. Check is player selected. Player selected. We can reload all of that. Let's restart, and we have an error. Could not find the correct provider state streamable object above block builder. Let's see why is that is happening. So block builder. Oh, I see. I forgot to add a global game block with a global game block state here. So let's restart the game again. Start test level, and why this is okay. Now we have a huge problem. It's collapsed to 1. Collapsed into the 1. So what we are going to do, we have a player profile tile which has infinite size, which is not good. We have a list view here in player profile list. We have a row here which has infinite row, but we surely need to add expanded here. Let's restart the game again. Oh, so where I made the mistake. Okay, now we have it. But the reason of it is view. Okay. Find list. The row. We also need to remove cross-axis alignment and change it to the start. Now we have what we have. We have description for that. Let's add some spacing for everything. UI theme, UI theme from context of context, and let's add some horizontal boxes. I think we can use medium size here. And I think we can use spacer here. Yes. I think computer we can just add some some I don't know, score or something else, but this for now it works. So let's continue and let's complete the profile creator. What we need to do for this? First, let's add a commit to the Git. We've created a player profile list. What else we need to do? I think that for now we can also go to the player profile and where is it? Where's the color? Color is here. We can use a teal. I think it will be better. Not white, because I think it would be better if we just switch up to the light. Nice. Now what we can do? We need to use, and also I need to check something. It's still determines run. That's strange. It's very strange, but okay. So let's see what we have to do. We need to create a name controller. It will have text editing controller, which will have all text from the name field. We need to dispose it also when the widget will be destroyed. And we need to provide it to the state, to the text field. So controller state name controller. What else? We also need to create on create profile. So let's go to the state. Let's create on create profile method. And oh, I see. This is what on create profile should return profile player model, and we can player profile model create. The name will be a name controller. It will be a text. The color will be color value. So new player, let's reset a name and return new player here. And now what we are gonna do is to, when the player will select, will press create button, first we will receive a new profile from the method here, and secondly we will use player created method and go back to pass the profile here. So now when I try create, for example, something, let's make it bigger, I think 100, something like that be enough, I think. I will add a scroll view later to deal with small screens, so let's not focus for it for now at least. So let's click create, and now it automatically was saved to the block, was automatically rendered here, and it is correct. So now we have two players. If we want to start with two players, we can choose one character, and I think we also need to add some spacing for it, because for now it looks not cool. So let's add a separate builder. Let's use vertical boxes medium. Now it looks nicer. So what else? Let's just make the text bigger. So we apply different style from my theme. Let's get the theme from context here. So it will be a text theme. For example, it will be a display, or not display, headline medium. Select the players. I think it now looks much better. Choose your character, nice. And the test level should be much bigger, so I'll be like test level. Okay, it's not good. It can be small because it's not important. It can be body large, I think. Choose your character, select players. Now we have a profile creator with a profile. Of course, it has no validation yet, but will be. But we can just make simple check here, just to pass stupid errors. And if profile is null, we don't need to do anything. So okay, so let's commit it. Fit player profile creator logic. Now we have a profile creator, different players. We can choose character, and which is nice. So let's update changelog. Added a character model and a character chooser. Character or selector, I think. Selector during or on level options screen. Added profile creator, UI and simple logic. Added profile selector, so it will be players, player profiles selector. Of course, the UI and simple logic. Yet. So next thing to do is, I think, completed. The next thing we can finally go to the player turns return. But let's add in to do also one point. The thing is that currently when you selected the players and selected a character, you still need to go to the game. So we should create a button play. We should also create maybe button cancel or return to levels. So add buttons play cancel. I don't know, return to levels. What else? Not sure. What else we need to do? We can now pass player pass level options to the level block to initialize the level. So level block and level and level players block to initialize level. So I think you're also missing one thing. Currently in level model we have only players, which is nice, but now we have also a character. So let's add to the level model also character model. It will be player, or maybe let's see this model. level characters model, I think. Maybe something like that. I don't know why I'm creating a separate model, because just feel that maybe in future we will extend this model with characters, and maybe in future we will need to expand this. And to make this happen, I think it will be better if we create model from the start, I think. So there will be only one parameter. It will be level, or maybe two parameters, or one. Not template. Player character model. Character. Maybe player character. Because I'm not sure. Maybe there will be another characters. Maybe, but I'm not sure. So what we're gonna do is we will add the level characters model to the root as always. Not update models tree. Let's add level characters to the level model. Now we have it. Player character. We certainly need a player character for that. And what else? What else may also will be needed? We'll need to update level block. I think level block state, and provide. Oh no, not level block. I think it will be better to update level player block. So block state, the players, current player, and now we can have level. I think player character model. Player character. We will easily change the structure because the state is not dependent from the model. We can easily move between models, different models, so it would be not a problem, I think, with at least saving. Let's also add what else? Let's create states and let's see what will happen. Okay, level players model. Oh. See. Now we also have to include level characters model. Both arguments should be required. So we certainly need characters model to event so characters model and add it to the constructor. What else? Now we should have some errors, and we have them. So level model characters. Now we should not have any errors, and we can now we should be able to initialize level, I think. Let's restart, start game, next level. Let's go to the what? To the level options screen. And here we have, I think we will be have a row with two buttons. The first button will be, not sure, is turn button available? Not okay. Let it be text button and text button. We will use spacer here. So the cancel will be here, and the create will be here. And then play. So the play is here, and return to all levels here. Now we have two options. I think we need also provide method here. So state on return to levels, state on play. Let's add two more methods to the state. And I think this will be last thing for today to make. Now we can use the IDTO app router controller. We can go to all levels, and we can now the first thing is to use the IDTO router to playable level. Maybe. But before that, we also need to add the level. So let's add a level here. Let's create a level here, I think. So a level model. Let's see what it should contain. Current world can be now. Think players, fill storage, fill words, so we don't need anything from it. So basically we can just go to the level model, create new factory with named factory. Create model here, characters, ID, players. Let's provide it. So here, characters, players, level players model. Maybe in future we will add some details, but for now this is okay. And we need to create ID. Let's create it. Or. We don't need the ID, we don't need create, because we already has where is it? Get template level. This is template level. We already have a template level, so we can simply pass the template level to the state. So let's do this. And complete this logic. And the template level to the constructor. Let's pass it to the constructor. Template level. Now we can use template level here. So we will choose the template level ID. And we don't need to create an ID now. So the players should be now created from the level players model. So let's create it. We can use players ID here first, and the players. Oh, we need to also extract the players. Players collection. So let's call the IDTO global state block get live state and create players or not create call players collection here. And okay, we need to first get players. And how we can do this? Players should be players. Should be something like that. We use the players IDs, use a map, players collection. Players collection is a list, so we need to first use first where the player this is an ID. The player ID should be equal to ID. So let's now it is iterable players profile collections, so we can just pass it here and turn into the list. And now we also need to create characters model. So let's create a characters model. Let's create new variable here. It would be characters. I think it will be characters collection. We can call it something like that. We can use live state variable to place it here. We can now call the players from live state, call characters from live state, And also we can now turn IDs to characters. So now we have a character, and player character is also a list. So we need to find first where character ID is equal to character ID, I think. So let's pass the level characters to the level characters model. Let's replace now. Now we have a level players, level characters. We pass it to the level is created. Now we can just pass the global init load level event, but I'm not sure. Let's see what we need to add here. Init global game event, it's not that. In global game level event. Sure. Let's add it here. Pass a level model here. And then we can go to the playable level finally. So we can use level ID here. Restart the game. Let's see, do we have any errors? No, we don't have any errors. Should be restarted correctly. Let's see. We choose test level, return to our levels. Now in all levels. Let's go back. Let's choose one player, waterman, the character, and we call it player. And finally, we in the game. Ta-da! So now the time is running out, but I think we can end this for today and continue later. So the fit is play the game, play the level, and let's update changelog. So now we'll be able to pass level options to use added ability to use level options to play a level, which is great. And I think that's all for now. Let's commit it, synchronize with GitHub, and that's all. So thank you for watching. Subscribe and like if you like it or not.